So at this point in time in my film camera collection, I pretty much own or have used every single type of, I guess, film camera there is, from AF SLRs to fully mechanical SLRs, medium format TLRs, and also a medium format SLR. There has been one type of camera that I have basically avoided this entire time I've been on my film photography journey. Not necessarily avoiding it, but it just never really crossed my paths. Well, it's not like I have zero experience with the camera type, I just have never really truly owned a film rangefinder, i.e. something like a Leica or anything like that. Mainly, of course, because of the price of the and the nature of the cameras. It's just something that was not on my radar. And this video is one of these videos that I wasn't expecting to make, because I wasn't expecting to end up with something like that in my hands or in my collection. So I'm going to tell you guys my experience shooting with the Leica CL and the things I like about it and the things I really don't like about it. But before I go deep dive into this, I've only owned the Leica CL for honestly about like a week and have shot only 2 film rolls, and I am completely new to the, like I said, rangefinder style archetype and fully mechanical camera system. So trying to balance focus distance and aperture and shutter speed and stuff like that has become a real challenge, but a challenge that I have accepted wholeheartedly to feel like it's the proper step I need to take to reach that next level in my photography that I've been missing out on, I feel like. So the Leica CL, I just got this little hood from Amazon that fit on the Voigtlander 40mm 1.4. This is a lens that I did quite a bit of research after I got the body of the camera and decided that this was the lens that I was going to go for, which will lead me actually into one of the things that I did not I guess I don't mind about the camera, but a lot of people really don't enjoy about it, I feel like, especially because the Leica CL is basically twin brothers with the Minolta CLE, which is basically the same camera, except that the Minolta CLE has a aperture priority mode and I believe has a different back facing for like the light meter and stuff like that. So basically the Leica CL would be the fully mechanical version, and the Minolta CLE is the aperture priority, gives you a little bit more flexibility and stuff like that. So, but the one thing that the Minolta CLE has that the Leica CL doesn't is 28mm frame lines. So you're actually able to properly use a 28mm lens on the Minolta CLE and basically get a good idea of what you're looking at, while with the Leica CL, the minimum focal length you have is 40mm. But the reason why I was going to go into why I don't really mind having that is I've never really properly shot with a 40mm focal length. For me and for my use in the photography that I want to accomplish, it's plenty of fine. I would like to go wider, of course, 28mm and specifically 21mm, but having a 40mm lens, which is the Voigtlander that I have on the Leica CL, has been a blast to shoot with. I love the sharpness on the lens, and 40mm is pretty wide for me at the moment. I feel like I get that good flexibility of being able to kind of get like the portrait shots that you would want on like a 50mm, but also it's not as punched in as the 50mm, so it gives you a little bit more space to work with. So some other things that I really enjoy about the Leica CL is kind of, I feel like, just the quirkiness and the nature of the camera. The way it breaks down when you want to load film is super, I guess, extravagant towards me, and something very different. It's a very unique experience. This film camera has been a film camera that makes me want to go shoot film, and not a film camera hasn't done that in quite a while for me. So it's making me want to go shoot more film, make me want to get out there and hone my abilities as a film photographer, honestly. And I feel like that's what a lot of film photographers really need, is that want and that need to go out there and go shoot. So another thing that I really enjoy about the Leica CL is how compact it is. And this is not just for the Leica CL, but just Leicas in general. I've heard many people talk about the fact that they want a 35 millimeter camera, but don't want it to be too, you know, noticeable to, you know, other people and in your surroundings and stuff like that. So, and the Leica CL definitely accomplishes that. One of the other little quirky things I do like about it is that when you use a film strap, actually the camera sits vertically on your body instead of horizontally. And for me personally, I love that. It's something that I actually really enjoy about the camera. It's another one of those quirky features that I really enjoy, because I'm a I guess more of a vertical shooter in a sense, as when I use my film SLRs and any of my other cameras, I always find myself trying to shoot vertical rather than horizontal, because I always feel like I end up in situations where I don't really need to shoot like a more wider landscape kind of aspect ratio. I just really enjoy vertical shooting. So having a camera that naturally sits vertical when you're on a strap, and all you have to do is literally pull up, and if you have your settings dialed in, you can just shoot and get a photo that you want. So yeah, so I really do like that. Now, some of the cons, there aren't really too many of them, I would say. One big thing, it's just like more of a personal thing. It's not nothing that is like a deal breaker for me that I don't really enjoy, is the actual viewfinder and the rangefinder where it's at, and just the camera body itself is so small. For me, someone who has very big hands, I do have trouble sometimes gripping the camera and properly holding it, and when I'm moving it around and getting my bags together and stuff like that, for whatever reason my thumb always gravitates towards in front of the viewfinder face, and I always get fingerprints on it. It's just a thing that happens, and it's just kind of become more annoying than anything. But besides that, there isn't really anything too I guess upsetting about the film camera that I can think of off the top of my head. It's been a very good film experience, and it just feels quality. I own quite a few film cameras, and this is the most expensive film camera that I have purchased so far, and you know, just the quality, I can tell. You know what I mean? I started off my film journey really buying more cheap SLRs to get into, you know, 35 millimeter, and after finally buying, you know, a camera from a reputable brand, even if it is a discontinued camera, the quality just holds up. This camera is probably the best looking and the best feeling camera that I have shot so far. When the shutter crank lever, when you go to, it's so silent, you can barely tell that you cranked it sometimes, and it's super quiet. I'll see if you guys can hear the actual shutter go off. Let me see. That's freaking quiet. This is like honestly like a really cool like stealth build, which is exactly what I was going for as far as 35 millimeter goes and stuff like that. So would I recommend this camera? Absolutely. I think if you're wanting to get into like an in-mount system and wanting to get into that fully mechanical style of photography and honing your skill, this is like, I don't see another camera like this that's at this premium level. There are other rangefinders that I'm aware of. I believe Fujica has some cool rangefinders that are not in the same vein, but you know, same fully mechanical and having to really learn your distancing and operating and stuff like that. But it's just so premium that I don't regret buying the Leica CL, and not to mention that I got it off of a eBay bidding for a really good price. So yeah, I think I got a pretty good steal on it, and it's quickly becoming my favorite 35 millimeter film camera. So keep you guys updated, I feel like, in the future, and I guess videos that are less focused on film gear and more just like the photography itself. So because I have been slacking a little bit on actually going out and shooting. But yeah, if you like the video, if you like to keep up with my journey, with me and my journey with the Leica CL, and see how the photos come out in the future, hang around, leave a like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. You guys help make this channel happen. So yeah, thank you guys so much.